here. We had lips on few things. But starting, I recognize and greet the dearest personality to our departed avatar, Mama Elin Aino Esho Ekugale. Eku Loju Ajinde Aramaje. Eku Ashinde Baba Odun Ajino Sira. And I recognize my able deputy, Grace Titila Itomori. Thank you for always being there. Representatives of the Governor of Ondo, Barrister Akim Ule, thank you for coming. Extend our regard and recognition to the Governor of Ondo. Representative of the Governor of Ekiti, Honourable Dayo Akinlaja, SAN, thank you for coming. Please pass my regard to your governor. Distinguished members of the National Assembly here present, Speaker, State Assembly of Osun, Right Honourable Nojim Salam, and all the other Right Honourable members of that house here present, I recognize and salute you. Justice of the Court of Appeal, Justice Timothy Awotoye, beloved Mrs. Gloria. No, sorry, let me take that again because I want to add something. Acting Chief Judge of the State of Osun, Right Honourable Justice, Evangelist, Senior Evangelist, Mrs. Gloria Oladoke. Thank you for coming, and your tribute was quite inspiring. First Attorney General of Western Region, that great region that inspired all of us, Dr. F.A. Ajayi, SAN. Baba, Eku Oroti, Eku Adoti, Odun Ajino Sira, former Deputy Governor of our state, a resilient fighter for democracy and justice, Egbon Soko Adeleke Adewoye, thank you for being there always. Retired Justice of the Supreme Court, Egbon Justice Kayode Eshewu, former Chief Judge of the State of Osun, Justice Oluborode, thank you. Other distinguished senior advocates of Nigeria are present, particularly my own brother, distinguished members of the bench here present, all of you, from the most senior to the lowest bench, we salute all of you. Gentlemen of the bar, Secretary of the State Government, Alhaji Moshood Adeoji, Chief of Staff, Boyega Oyetola, Head of Service, Mr. Sunday Were, members of the State Executive Council, they are present, especially the amiable daughter of the man in whose honor we are here, an exemplary jurist, and the daughter who is my special advisor on women affairs, Mrs. Fumilayo Esho Williams. Thank you. And I won't jump this. I will recognize you. I must recognize my friend, Architect Olumide Esho too, and his family. Thank you. Permanent secretaries, general managers, heads of agencies are present. Executive secretaries, local governments are present. representatives of our royal fathers, who because of tradition cannot be here. Please recognize you as religious and the others. I recognize the person representing Kayode of Osogo, Obakayode, because they are here. And not move on before we kingdom. So, religious leaders that are here, thank you. Members of all professional associations that are present. Family members of our father and the Esho dynasty, friends and associates. In-laws, particularly, we recognize you. Friends and well-wishers. Egbon, Ambassador T. Otuna, Iseo, distinguished personalities here present. Security operatives, those that we see, those that we don't see, we recognize and greet you. Gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Before I read anything, I want to make some corrections. Yes, no doubt Jesus are great, but in this state, democratically, electorally, they cannot really claim too much of superiority. The combination of the other people will definitely mesmerize the strength of the Jesha. So I salute the Jesha because I won. But I want to sound a lot of warning. On your own, you cannot win a democratic contest. But I will sing a song for the Jeshas, and particularly for Baba. And that song is most apt now. Because when you talk of a show, there could be some mistakes. A short ear is not fashion. A short ear means valor, gallantry, resilience, redoubtable gallantry is the meaning of a short. In fact, the closest English word for it is knighthood. Knighthood is what we call it. So they shall have a song for people like Ogun koro loloke anoye odidi ọmọ afodidi obiwadi ofẹyìnbí àyànmọdé bàbá ọgbẹ odidi ọmọ afodidi. Yes, Baba, that is for you because you must be marching on. Yeah, we mourn because Baba is no longer here. They will celebrate because he lived a wonderful life. We are gathered here to do honor to and celebrate the passage of a foremost jurist, the quintessential Honourable and a patriot, who bestrode the Nigerian legal firmament and the hallowed chamber of the Supreme Court of Nigeria like a colossus. Justice Kayode, he was a judge's judge, who was noted most significantly as the father of judicial activism in Nigeria and described by his former colleagues as Nigeria's Lord Denny. Justice Esho was born in Ilesha on September 18, 1925. He had his primary education in that town. He attended Ilesha Grammar School between 1940 and 1944, after which he proceeded to Dublin, Ireland, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Law degree, honors degree in Legal Science in 1953. He was called to the English and Nigerian bars the following year. He went back to Dublin and graduated with Masters of Law degree in 1956. Justice Esho had a stellar public service, beginning with his appointment as acting judge in Western Nigeria in 1965. Until his retirement from the Supreme Court of Nigeria in 1990, Justice Esho did not just pass through the land. He left giant legal landmarks. He shot into national prominence when he successfully defended black miners in the tin mines of Jos who were protesting against British colonial authorities. at the Western Judiciary. Western Nigeria Judiciary. He gave landmark judgments, most notable of which was the trial of Professor Wole Soyinka for bringing gun into the studio of Western Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation. He discharged and acquitted the noble laureate purely because of his social conscience. We must understand this. An understanding of politics and law in the context of human society. I will come to this later. This was a courageous decision that earned him banishment for Akure as a punitive measure. He also gave dissenting judgment on the 1979 presidential election petition. Though the Supreme Court, with a verdict of 6-1, resolved the petition in favor of Alhaji Shehu Shagari of the National Party of Nigeria (NPN), Justice Esho ruled in favor of Chief Honourable of the Unity Party of Nigeria. His position then was that 2/3 of 19 states ought to be 13 states, and not 12 to 12. Since a state is a whole entity and indivisible in a mathematical sense. Having listened to what Chief Awotoye said, we could only add that as recent as about a week and a half ago, the National Electoral Body of Ghana reaffirmed the correctness of Justice Kayode Ejo's position by declaring the current president of Ghana as the one that won the election, because there could not be a fraction of any state, because a state is an entity. Justice Esho belonged to the rarest breed of legal minds, whose life and times were dedicated to law as the instrument in the service of justice for the rich and poor, for the weak and strong, and for society at large. He was also the quintessential legal intellectual who brought much erudition, especially elevated language, to the service of law without losing the greater objective of justice.